Listen, I need to tell you something, and I need you to hear every word. Right now, as you're watching this, your home is probably warm, comfortable, safe. But here's what keeps me up at night. That comfort is one power outage away from becoming your worst nightmare. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to save you. FEMA just released their 2025 emergency bulletin, and the numbers are gut-wrenching. 90% of Americans, maybe even you, aren't ready for what's coming. Power outages, they're now lasting over 18 hours on average. That's triple what they were just 5 years ago. Think about that. 18 hours with no heat, no light, no way to call for help. For the past 72 hours, I've been buried in FEMA's official cold weather survival guide, reading survivor stories from the Texas and Midwest blackouts, analyzing NOAA's winter forecast, and what I found shook me to my core. Real families, real people just like you, freezing to death in their own homes, not because they were careless, but because nobody told them the truth. That changes today. Right here, right now, I'm sharing the 9 FEMA-approved items that could mean the difference between you surviving this winter or becoming another statistic. Before we go any further, I need something from you. Pause for just 5 seconds and drop a comment below. Have you noticed anything strange lately? Empty shelves where thermal blankets used to be. Propane tanks sold out. Generator prices skyrocketing. Your comment might be the wake-up call someone desperately needs. Don't skip this. Your experience matters. Type it now. All right, let's dive into what could save your life. Item 1. The $3 miracle that defies death. You've seen them before. Those crinkly silver blankets that look like oversized candy wrappers. Maybe you laughed at them. Maybe you thought they were gimmicks. I need you to forget everything you think you know, because these Mylar thermal blankets are about to become your new best friend. Picture this. Last winter, a solo hiker in the Colorado Rockies. A freak snowstorm hits out of nowhere. Temperature drops to a bone-crushing 22 degrees below zero. No fire, no shelter, no cell service. Just him, the howling wind, and one of these silly silver blankets. 12 hours later, when rescuers finally reached him, you know what they found. A man wrapped like a human burrito, cold but breathing, with a core temperature still above 95 degrees. He lived. Because of a $3 piece of crinkly plastic. Here's the science you need to know. Mylar blankets reflect up to 90% of your body heat back to you. Your body is already a furnace. It's just losing heat. This blanket stops the bleeding. No batteries. No complicated setup. You literally unfold it and wrap yourself up. It weighs less than your phone. Fits in your pocket. Costs less than your morning coffee. Yet FEMA puts these in every single disaster kit they distribute. Hurricanes, wildfires, blizzards. If humans are cold, Mylar is there. You want to laugh? Go ahead. Wrap yourself in one, and take a selfie. Call yourself the burrito of life. But when your power goes out at 2 a.m., and your breath starts fogging inside your own bedroom, that joke becomes deadly serious. Keep one in your car, one in your nightstand, one in your kid's backpack. Because when the cold comes for you, this $3 miracle is your first line of defense. Item 2. Your lifeline. When everything goes dark, let me paint you a nightmare scenario. It's 2 a.m., dead of winter. The power just went out. You reach for your phone to call someone, anyone, and then you see it. That dreaded low battery warning. 5%, 4%, 3%, gone. No emergency calls, no flashlight, no way to check if the roads are clear, or if your elderly parents across town are okay. You're cut off, isolated, alone in the dark. This isn't just inconvenient. For some of you, this is life or death. Do you use a CPAP machine, an oxygen concentrator? Do you keep insulin in the fridge? When the power dies, the clock starts ticking. And that clock doesn't care about your plans. Enter the portable power station, your lifeline in a blackout. It looks innocent enough, like an oversized Bluetooth speaker. But this device is the difference between staying alive and hoping for the best. FEMA's 2025 guide is specific. Get one with at least 500 watt-hours of capacity. That means you can run a mini space heater for 3 hours. Charge your phone 15 times. Keep critical medical devices running through the night. But here's the game changer. Most of these can be recharged with solar panels. Even if the grid stays down for days. Even if help doesn't come, you're not helpless. Last year in Michigan, one family used their power station during a brutal ice storm. While their neighbors huddled in freezing darkness, scrounging for candles, this family powered an electric blanket, a radio, and even made hot soup in a slow cooker. They stayed warm, fed, connected, human. This isn't about keeping your Netflix running. This is about keeping your heart beating, your phone working, your family safe when civilization temporarily forgets you exist. Stop thinking of this as a luxury. It's as essential as the roof over your head, because when the lights go out and stay out, this little box becomes the most valuable thing you own. #item, #3, the only voice that matters. When the world goes silent, when the power dies, your smartphone becomes a useless brick. Your Wi-Fi router, dead, cell towers, overwhelmed, or offline. In those moments, when you're desperate for information, for any sign that help is coming, there's only one device that keeps talking. The hand-crank NOAA weather radio. This isn't just any radio. This is a direct line to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Real-time emergency alerts, blizzard warnings, flash freeze notifications, evacuation orders. When every other communication channel fails, this one keeps screaming the truth. Last January in Nebraska, a small town lost power during a massive ice storm. Most people had no idea a second, more dangerous storm was barreling toward them, except for one 72-year-old woman, who cranked up her NOAA radio. She heard the alert, warned her neighbors. Within minutes, the entire block was preparing. Windows reinforced. Supplies gathered. Ready. That's the power of information, when information becomes scarce. The beauty here is brutal simplicity. You crank the handle. It charges. It speaks. Some models have solar panels. Some can charge your phone via USB. But the core function never changes. When you need to know what's happening, you crank and you listen. Sure, your arm might get tired. But when your kid is shivering in the corner, and you don't know if rescue is an hour away or a day away, that crank becomes your grip on hope. Keep one in your kitchen, one in your car, one by your bed. Because when the grid dies and silence swallows everything, this radio doesn't give up. It waits. It listens. And when you need it most, it tells you exactly what you need to hear. #item #4. The pocket miracle that stops your body from shutting down. It's 4 a.m. Your furnace is dead. Power's been out for 6 hours. You're wrapped in every blanket you own, wearing 2 hoodies, huddled under a comforter, and you're still cold. Dangerously cold. Here's what most people don't know about hypothermia. It doesn't announce itself. It whispers. First you feel cold, then tired, then you stop shivering. Oh. That's when your body starts making its final calculations, deciding what it can shut down to keep your heart beating just a little longer. Chemical heat packs are the unsung heroes that stop that calculation in its tracks. These little pouches look harmless, like something you'd throw in a kid's lunchbox. But snap one, shake it, and within seconds, you're holding 135 degrees Fahrenheit of pure sustained warmth. For hours, slip them into your socks, tuck them under your armpits, hold them against your core. You've just bought yourself precious time to stay functional, to stay warm, to stay alive. The U.S. military issues these to soldiers in Arctic conditions. Mountaineers swear by them. Last winter, a trucker in North Dakota got stranded in his rig during a whiteout. No heat, no way to call for help. 14 hours alone in sub-zero temperatures. He survived using 6 of these heat packs. Boots, chest, hands. When rescuers found him, he was cold but conscious. His fingers and toes, intact. No frostbite. No permanent damage. FEMA doesn't just recommend these. They insist on them. Because when the cold hits fast and hard, you don't have time to build a fire or wait for a generator to kick in. You need heat immediately. These deliver. They're cheap. About $1 each. Stock up. Load your car. Fill your coat pockets. Pack them in your emergency kit. Give them to your kids for their backpacks. Because when the cold comes knocking, and your body starts shutting down, these little packs are the only thing standing between you and frostbite, between you and hypothermia, between you and a decision you can never take back. Don't wait until you're shivering uncontrollably to realize you should have prepared. Get them now. Thank yourself later when you're warm, safe, and alive. Item 5. The silent essential no one talks about. You can survive 3 weeks without food. Maybe longer, if you're stubborn. But try going 3 days without water in freezing temperatures, and your body starts making executive decisions you won't like. Here's the trap. Dehydration in winter is a silent assassin. You don't feel thirsty. You feel tired, dizzy, confused. That's when people make desperate moves. Drinking melted snow, sipping from contaminated sources, gambling with their lives because they don't have a better option. When winter storms hit, pipes burst, water pressure drops, boil orders go out. But what happens when there's no power to boil anything? People drink anyway, and the consequences are brutal. Giardia, E. coli, lead poisoning. Last winter in Ohio, entire neighborhoods ended up in emergency rooms because they drank unsafe water after a storm knocked out power for days. They were thirsty. They were desperate. They were wrong. That's why FEMA's 2025 checklist includes emergency water pouches and purification tablets. This isn't your average bottled water. These pouches are engineered to withstand freezing temperatures. They don't leak. They don't burst. They have a 5-year shelf life. Tier 1 open and drink. No fuss. No waiting. No second guessing. And when you run out of pouches, that's where purification tablets become your backup plan. Drop one into melted snow, questionable tap water, even a muddy puddle. Wait 30 minutes. That tablet kills 99.9% of bacteria, viruses, and parasites. No filters, no pumps, just clean, drinkable water. A family in Maine relied on these tablets when their well froze solid during a brutal cold snap. 4 days of melting snow, adding tablets, staying hydrated. 0 illnesses. Meanwhile, their neighbors boiled snow on camping stoves, burned through fuel, and still got sick. Here's your bottom line. Water is the quietest killer in winter disasters. Pipes freeze, bottles burst. Your tap becomes a liar. But these pouches and tablets, they survive. Stockpile at least 1 gallon per person per day. Keep extras in your car, your kitchen, your emergency bag. Because when the faucets run dry and the pipes are solid ice, you'll be grateful you planned ahead. You'll be alive because you took water seriously. Item 6. The clothes that keep you breathing. Let's talk about the traitor in your closet. That favorite cotton hoodie you love so much. In a winter emergency, it's actively trying to kill you. Cotton absorbs sweat, holds moisture, turns into an icy, clammy prison against your skin. In extreme cold, that's not discomfort. That's a death sentence on a slow timer. When your body starts losing heat, the decline is merciless. Core temperature drops. Shivering stops. Confusion sets in. You lie down, just for a minute, and you never get back up. FEMA's 2025 Survival Guide doesn't say dress warm. It says wear thermal base layers made of wool or synthetic materials. There's a difference. A life or death difference. Merino wool. Polyester blends. These fabrics wick sweat away from your skin. Trap heat. Keep you dry. Last winter, a firefighter in Montana survived 19 hours, trapped in his overturned snowplow during a blizzard. The temperature outside? A crushing 40 below zero. His secret? High-quality thermal base layers. While others might have frozen to death, he walked away with minor frostnip. That's it. Thermal base layers aren't bulky. They're thin, lightweight, designed to be worn under your regular clothes. Your body's first line of defense. Soldiers wear them in war zones. Mountaineers trust them with their lives. Smart preppers stock them for every family member in every size. Your cozy flannel pajamas, cute but useless. Your gym clothes, great for a workout. Terrible for survival. But thermal layers, they turn your body into its own heat generator. This isn't about fashion. This is about function. This is about recognizing that your wardrobe could be the reason you don't make it through the night. Ditch the cotton. Invest in wool or synthetic base layers. Layer up like your life depends on it. Because when the coldest nights of 2025 hit, and your power is gone, it absolutely does. Item 7. The flame that never quits. Starting a fire in winter isn't like the movies. It's not romantic. It's not easy. Matches blow out in the wind. Lighters fail when your fingers are too frozen to work the flint. Wet wood laughs at your desperation. That's why waterproof fire starters are on this list. These small waxy bricks look like nothing special, unremarkable, boring, even. But drop one in a puddle, light it, and watch it burn for 12 straight minutes. Rain, snow, sleet, wind, none of it matters. These fire starters are military grade, designed to ignite and keep burning in conditions that would kill any normal flame. They'll even burn underwater. Those underwater. Because when survival gear is built right, physics becomes optional. Last February, a father in upstate New York used 6 of these during a brutal freeze. No power, no gas, just a fireplace, damp logs, and these miracle bricks. For 3 days, he cooked meals, dried clothes, melted snow for drinking water, kept his toddler warm and alive. That's not camping. That's fatherhood under pressure. That's survival. You don't need to be an expert. No flint and steel. No rubbing sticks together. No YouTube tutorials. Place one under your wood. Light the corner. Let it work. The fire builds itself. FEMA added these to their 2025 checklist for a reason. Fire isn't just warmth.